What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dolce Show. Today, we're going to break down some MMA news, and I think we're going to start working in MMA news, fight news to the channel. So expect at least one video weekly on MMA related topics. If you guys want to hear any specific topics, leave comments below this video. If you want to hear about any fight camps I was associated with, any stories you might have heard about once upon a time, leave questions below and I will definitely speak on those. I love talking about the old fight camps. I've probably forgot more of the stories than I even remember. So help jog my memory of what you want to hear. But today we're talking about fight news that just broke. I first saw it on Ariel Helwani's Instagram page. I don't know if he broke the story, but regardless, now it is absolutely everywhere. What is the news? Bam! None other than Colby Chaos Covington has signed to fight Jorge Masvidal to headline UFC 272 on March 5th. Now, there is no scheduled location yet. They were talking about maybe Brooklyn, New York, maybe Florida. They're still shopping for locations right now, but the fight is not that far away. We're in January. We're kind of at the end, mid of January right now. All of February, which is a short month, and then bam, March 5th. So these guys verbally agreed. I heard this a few weeks ago. This fight was being kicked around. Verbally agreed. They were in. Now the fight is signed, and this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a battle. Now, I wanted to get your opinion on what do you think is going to happen? Let me actually remove that. What do you think is going to happen during this fight? Do you even watch the fights? Are you a fight fan? Leave comments below this video if you are. Maybe you don't follow MMA. That's totally cool. Also, we talk about a lot of other cool stuff here, but I want to break down this fight for you because I know both these guys personally. I've trained or I've worked with Jorge Masvidal, I think for 3 different fights earlier in his career when he was in Strikeforce, when he fought Gilbert Melendez in Strikeforce, and then 2 of his fights in the UFC. These were all on short notice. His manager, Dan Lambert, one of my good friends, one of the true good guys in the MMA world, Dan Lambert, I've huge respect for Dan and what he's done for the sport and for his athletes. But Dan brought me in on very short notice a couple times to help Jorge, who had a little bit of problems making 155. So I have a relationship with Jorge. I'm friends with Colby Covington to this day. We still communicate. We text message back and forth. I'm a big fan of Colby. I've known Colby since the day he walked into American Top Team. Oh, God, this is going back to maybe 2010, 11, 12, somewhere in the earlier 2010s or so. I forget the year now, when I was working with Thiago Alves, but also Mirsad Bektik. Colby and Mirsad came up right about the same time. And in fact, they were living together in one of the American Top Team fighter houses not far from the gym. So I remember Colby being a green, wet behind the ears college wrestler walking into American Top Team and shaking up the entire pro room. It was a spectacle to see. I've been in a lot of great rooms, right? I've been, a part of Team Quest North for 5 years, Team Henzo Gracie prior to that, Greg Jackson's, Jackson Winklejohn now working with athletes, American Top Team for many years working with those athletes, Wolf's Lair over in the UK working with those athletes. God, so many teams, so many gyms that I've been in, I've been around, I've seen the floors, I've trained with the athletes, and Colby stands out. I remember seeing Colby on the mat. His performance is emblazed in my mind. And I remember watching Colby train with Masvidal many times. And I'm going to talk about it in a couple minutes, the end of the video, what happened during these matches, these training sessions between these two guys. But first, I wanted to share a little bit about the background. So Jorge Masvidal, game bred as he's known, 37 years old. Former 155-pounder, now fighting at 170, which I believe is a better weight for George. He's a big guy. He has 50 professional fights and many, many unregulated street fights paid prior to this and kind of intertwined into his professional MMA career. Jorge has 35 wins and 15 losses. He's a legitimate competitor. But now I wanted to go and look at who he's fought recently and how he's been doing. If we look back, we will see. Well, his last fight, he was knocked out by Kamaru Usman. The fight before that, he lost the decision to Kamaru Usman. But as a side note, he took that fight on very short notice, 1 or 2 weeks notice. Previous to that, he beat Nate Diaz via TKO doctor stoppage. Now, Nate didn't quit in that fight. Nate wasn't overwhelmed in that fight. Nate got cut, and the doctor stopped the fight. It was a good fight, but Jorge was winning that fight, in my opinion. He has the highlight reel of a career flying knee knockout versus Ben Askren, which, that kind of made Jorge's career in the UFC. But also, he has a knockout of Darren Till. Now, Darren Till says he only got knocked out by Jorge because he cut weight so poorly, he doesn't even remember fighting, preparing for the fight. Mentally, he was so destroyed from the weight cut, he was a shadow of his former self. Who knows? George still gets the win. He knocked out Darren Till, who's a big guy. Jorge lost to Stephen Thompson via unanimous decision. Jorge lost to Damian Maia via split decision. All right. So that goes back to about 2017 or so. Now, Colby Chaos Covington, 16 wins, 3 losses, 19 fights. He has less than half the total fights that Masvidal has. But now we look at the record in common opponents. They've both fought Kamaru Usman twice. Covington pushed Usman farther and harder than any of Usman's previous opponents. These were razor thin fights, with Usman winning a unanimous decision in their last matchup, razor thin fight. Covington TKO'd Tyron Woodley, beat him up for all 4 rounds, then basically broke him in the 5th. He was TKO'd in the last round by Kamaru Usman in their first fight, which everyone, myself included, had Covington winning that fight up until that point, and it really gives credibility to Usman as having that championship will. Now, Covington beat Robbie Lawler, former UFC welterweight champion. Well, he beat Tyron Woodley, former UFC welterweight champion. He beat Rafael Dos Anjos, former UFC lightweight champion. He beat Damian Maia, former UFC middleweight title contender. He beat Dong Hyun Kim. He beat Brian Barberina, Max Griffin, and then kind of going down more and more. You see one loss here to Warley Alves in 2015. We'll wipe that away because we only went to 2017 with Masvidal. So now back to you guys here. What does this mean? Well, comparing opponents, Covington has done better. He's done better against the upper echelon of opponents. He has wins over Woodley, former champion, wins over Lawler, former champion, wins over Dos Anjos, former champion, 2 razor thin losses against Kamaru Usman, who's the current reigning UFC welterweight world champion. Masvidal, on the other hand, has a knockout, which was pretty devastating knockout against Usman, and he wasn't doing well in that fight. And then he had kind of a lackluster, boring loss against Usman in the last 2. He looked good versus Nate, but Nate has never been a title contender, as exciting as he is. Ben Askren was a legitimate Bellator champion and ONE FC champion. So, Masvidal deserves that. Darren Till never really sniffed the title. Stephen Thompson, who fought twice for the title against Woodley and lost, beat Masvidal. Damian Maia beat Masvidal. So when we look same, when we look at comparable opponents, Covington is just head and shoulders above where Masvidal is. Now, this doesn't mean that Masvidal is not in the fight. Of course he is. But what the betting odds show, I think when the fight was announced, the betting odds had Masvidal at a plus 350 and Covington at a minus 200. What does that mean? For every $100 you put down, you would get $350 back if Masvidal won. For every $200 you put down, you would get $100 back if Covington won. So Covington is the clear and heavy betting favorite by all the odds makers. And I have to say, I agree with that based upon their recent performances and their joint opposition. Now, leave any comments below this video. Leave any, we have the chat that's up right now. So I'm happy to answer any questions inside the chat. Now, what happened when these guys trained? I saw this in an American Top Team. Dozens of times, hundreds of minutes, these guys would scrap. They would go at it. They were legitimately very good friends. I don't know best friends. What does best friends mean when you're an adult? But they were legitimate, very good friends, very close friends. They hung out together. They partied together. They lived together for periods of time. They did everything together. They trained together. They ate together. They made each other better. They made each other better. Masvidal has excellent counter wrestling, defensive wrestling, or he did at that time. I haven't really seen as much from him since then. And I wonder if it's because Masvidal is no longer there. And also, or not Masvidal, Covington's no longer there to help Masvidal stay sharp with that counter wrestling, right? They really pulled it out of each other. I believe Masvidal made Covington a much better striker because Masvidal is a better striker, or was at that point, but we've seen Covington become a much more effective, violent striker, which I believe is because of his tenacity, because of his aggression, because of his ability to constantly move forward, hence his chaos nickname. Now, Covington is the bigger athlete, more muscular. Covington is the stronger athlete, dare I say. Covington is the better conditioned athlete. This guy does not get tired. He does not get tired. He does not move backwards. Covington is open to receiving damage from his forward aggressive style. Masvidal is very good using footwork, using motion, using rhythm, using feints, using setups, setting traps. Masvidal has more than twice the amount of fights as Covington, and this does weigh in Masvidal's favor. Masvidal hasn't shown a tremendous amount of knockout power recently, but he's a great volume striker. Now, he's got the gift of crack, right? He can put dudes down. He put Darren Till down pretty easily. He can put dudes down, but we haven't really seen it that much. Now, my opinion, and I don't like to give opinions, but I'm going to start giving opinions more so. Who wins this fight? Colby Covington. No disrespect to Masvidal. I just believe, based upon the styles, based upon their age, based upon where they are in their careers right now, I do believe Colby Covington is still on his upward trajectory in his career. Now, here's the unknown. Maybe that last fight with Kamaru Usman, maybe that was the fight that he went over the hill. I've seen that before. I've seen athletes go through wars and never come back. Never come back. You've seen it before. Many times before, an athlete goes through a war. They have a great fight, a career-defining fight, and they never are able to reclaim that version of themselves. Could that be Colby? It could be Colby. Is it Colby? I don't think so. I believe this did happen to Masvidal a little earlier in his career. I believe that Masvidal kind of peaked after that Ben Askren fight into the Nate Diaz. That's 2019. We're going back almost 2.5 years now, by the way. So Masvidal's best moment was in July of 2019. That's almost 3 or so years ago. That's a very, very long time in the world of MMA. This is a gentleman who's now 37 years old. He's on the wrong side of 35, where Colby is not. Colby's still 33, and that is a big period of time. I don't think, right around 35 is when athletes typically peak in MMA. And a guy like Masvidal, who has a ton of fights, a ton of experience, a ton of miles on his body, a ton of training camps, with much respect to him for that. But my opinion, for whatever it's worth, just friends talking here, I think Colby Covington takes this fight. I predict a finish, a third-round finish. I don't think this fight goes past the third round, but it is a 5-round main event. I think Colby gets in there, gets it done. What do you guys think? Let me know. Lazar, what's up, Lazar? Good to see you. Adderall says, cannot wait. I can't wait. I'll probably buy this pay-per-view. I'll probably chalk up the $75 to support both athletes. Hopefully they're getting some pay-per-view points, support the card. And I want to see this. I've wanted to see this fight for real for so long because I've seen these guys train together, sweat together, bleed together, work with each other, drill with each other. I've seen these guys make each other better for years, and then they hate each other. And let me tell you, the hate is real. These guys do not like each other. That is not hype. The hate is real. Adderall says, tell them about the Rampage training camp shenanigans. My second fighter behind Silva, but he went wild for those hiding the Snickers bar. I will do a video on the Rampage camp. I'll do a video on the Rampage camp. I'll do a video on the Ronda camp. I'll do a video on the Chael camp. I'll do the video on the BJ Penn camp. I'll put some cool videos out there. You're the GOAT. I appreciate it. We're working hard for you guys. Cole says, do you think Masvidal versus Covington will be for the BMF title? No. Thoughts on Volkanovski versus Zombie? Volkanovski should be fighting Henry Cejudo. That's the legacy fight right there. Volkanovski should have pushed to fight Henry Cejudo, not Korean Zombie. Korean Zombie's great. He's a tough fighter, but he's not Henry Cejudo. The Triple C, Olympic gold medalist, 2-division world champion. Volkanovski should have fought Henry Cejudo. I disagree with him picking Zombie. Your opinion is always great to hear, considering your ability to provide supporting arguments. Cole, I appreciate that. And I do have a lot of supporting arguments here. A lot of experience, a lot of background. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mike. Improve my kitchen and diet. Hoping to get certified soon. Hell yeah. Sheldon, we're working right now. I believe in March, we will be hosting our next Dolce Diet Certification and Fitness Conference. Definitely consider signing up for that. Start thinking about it now. Start saving up your dollars for that. March, you will hear there will be a pre-registration, which will have a massive discount. And every week, the price goes up until we sell out. Also, at the end of January, I believe, let me see the date right now. It's not announced yet. I believe January 29th, we will be hosting the next Mastering the Weight Cut seminar. That will be a 3-hour weight cut specific seminar, which will be awesome. It will be online. You will hear about that very soon. So the last Saturday in January 29th, I believe it's going to be from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mastering the Weight Cut Seminar. We're going to start announcing that very soon. Isaac, F you, Dolce. Thanks for keeping the videos coming. Absolutely. We got another great video coming here in a little while today. Isaac, thank you for getting that badge and for becoming an official subscriber, a badged subscriber to the channel. Guys and gals, I'd appreciate if you consider subscribing to the channel. Costs you absolutely nothing. If you like this content, you want to be notified of great videos like this and be a part of our community, it will certainly help the channel battle back against the authoritarian algorithm ban that we receive for telling people to be healthy. Give the video a thumbs up. Consider doing that also. Definitely leave comments and questions below. Your comments and questions literally fuel the topics for this channel. But like Isaac, you can see Isaac has that badge. He actually clicked the join button above and became an official member of the channel. So Isaac, I appreciate that. Thank you. And we have really cool live feeds coming up for members of the channel. We have co-hosts and athletes and things like that that will be hosted for badge carrying members. Sheldon says in March, cool, sounds great. Thanks, man. You got it. Isaac says, are there any things you can sub salmon for in 3 weeks to shredded? I'm 16, live in Iceland, and it costs around $20 for a kilogram. I understand that. Can you get tuna? What type of fresh fish can you get? You can even sub out a wild-caught meat, wild-caught red meat. We're really looking for the protein to healthy fat ratio that salmon has better than almost any other fish. Tuna works really well. Let me know what type of other fish that you have as a healthy option. Well, guys and gals, I appreciate you all for being here. MMA news. What do you think about MMA news? Leave comments below. Do you want to hear more MMA news broken into our weekly portfolio of topics? I'm happy to do that for you guys. Remember, leave comments, leave questions. What topics do you want to hear? What stories do you want to hear about? What specific fat loss or fitness related question do you have? Do you have a motivation or a discipline issue? Are you dealing with, crabs in the pot, struggling at home with people who are not supportive? You heard another channel, another fitness influencer talk about something that maybe did or didn't seem right. Please ask me the questions below, and I'm happy to answer them for you. Bradley Olson, bam, you got that special badge as a subscriber to the channel. Everyone, just click that join button. I think down below the video, click the join button, get that special badge, become an official subscriber of the channel. With that badge, you will stand out for sure. And we have a really cool things coming for the badge holding subscribers. Are there any freshwater fish you recommend? Off the top of my head, I don't have any. I'm much more of a saltwater fisherman. I'm more saltwater engaged. I live on the Atlantic Ocean. I go fishing in the ocean all the time. So in my mind, I have much more saltwater fish in my mind. But if you give me a list of specific fish, then I can more easily help you understand which is good. Really, almost all fish is good. I don't really have a problem with any fresh fish. You want to avoid some of the rodents of the fish world. You don't want to eat too many clams. You don't want to eat too many oysters. You don't want to eat too many shrimp. You don't want to eat too many of the bottom feeders, right? The salvage fish, the coyotes, if you will, the raccoons, the squirrels of the fish world. You want to eat more of we're really always looking for the protein to fat ratio in fish. Thumbs up, Victor. Isaac says, I have access to a lot of red grass-fed meat from my own farm. Oh, that's amazing. If you have your own grass-fed meat on your own farm, you can sub that for salmon easily. Sometimes I switch it for tuna. Isaac, you are locked in, my man. Good for you. Congratulations, brother. You're living the ideal life right there. That is the holy grail. Victor says, I like to eat a pair of boiled wild rice blend. Thoughts on that compared to white rice? That's fine. Wild rice is great. Black rice is great. White rice is highly efficient with regards to digestion. So when we're focused on digestion, that's really where we start pushing towards the white rice. Bradley says, I mostly eat walleye, crappies, and bluegills. I live in Minnesota. The fish aren't that fatty, which is not ideal. No, but you can eat some avocado, right? You can add a little bit of fat on the side. What we did the other night, what did we have? My wife baked a bunch of chicken. So we had white chicken breast, which has zero, like literally no fat, grilled asparagus, which was absolutely delicious. And then she made mashed potatoes, just traditional white potatoes, chopped, boiled, mashed, and we mix in grass-fed butter. So we got our fat sources from the grass-fed butter. So always think, where am I getting my healthy fats? Where am I getting my fats? Now, I prefer to get my fats from the meat source itself. Like, that's why we eat so much salmon, so much tuna. Tuna is a leaner meat, but still there's a good amount of fat in there. And then so much wild-caught meat. You guys can click the links below this video for certified Piedmontese. Use the Dolce promo code. Save 25% on the only meat I trust, the only meat in my freezer. Grass-fed, grass-finished beef from the Piedmontese cow, the certified Piedmontese company, which is a U.S.-based company right in outside of Lincoln, Nebraska. I freaking love this crew. And get the Dolce promo code. You save 25%, and I get zero kickback. So 100% of that discount goes directly to you. If you use the discount or don't use the discount, I don't get paid. I didn't want to get paid for your use of the discount because I felt that would be disingenuous, like I'm shilling something. Not at all. You get 100% of that 25% discount. That's between you and certified Piedmontese. That is just a courtesy of the Dolce team sharing that with our community on behalf of certified Piedmontese. Also, you get free shipping on orders over $99 delivered to your front door in 2 days or less. This is exactly what we do. We will get typically a month's worth of meat ordered and shipped to our house. And it is freaking incredible. Their ground beef, my wife makes, we made the power pasta last night with grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef. Are you freaking kidding me? She makes the meatballs. We make bavette steaks and fillets, and their liver is incredible, by the way. So awesome. So just click the link below. We have lots of great links below this video, guys and gals. Mike the Man, any advice for dieting with a pregnant wife? Help, LOL. Well, Paul, I actually put a video out yesterday saying, does your spouse even lift? And the topic of the video was really communicating to your significant other about your individual health and fitness goals. My personal health and fitness goals are hardly ever aligned with Brandy, my wife. She has her own health and fitness goals. Now, we both live a healthy, fitness-based lifestyle. But she doesn't want to get shredded. She doesn't want to get jacked. She doesn't care about double body weight deadlifts, right? She doesn't want to run 10 miles. She just wants to feel good and look good in her clothes. She, quote, doesn't want to be fat, right? That's her goal. She wants to be active and athletic. She wants to be able to run and jump and play and swim and climb and hike and do all the fun family stuff that we do as an active, healthy family. And she exercises every day, and she eats more of the living lean style year round. Where I go, I just started 3 weeks of shredded right now with the goal of being 8% body fat by May 1st. Anybody who wants to join me, click the link below, start the 4-week or 12-week, 3 weeks of shredded and living lean program, get the discount below. That's all there. That's the exact program I'm following. My wife doesn't do that. Now, when Brandy was pregnant, we have a forthcoming baby book coming out about her pregnancy, how she ate, how she trained, how she lived pre-pregnancy, during pregnancy, and then how did she reclaim her body afterwards. That's coming out. She followed the Living Lean program nutritionally. She would have the occasional meatball sub when she had a craving. She would and still has the occasional hot fudge sundae every so often. Although she's lactose intolerant, she knows she's going to pay for that. Well, that's her right? So she lives her own independent, autonomous lifestyle. I live my own, but there's lots of crossover here. My suggestion to you, Paul, support your wife, but help her live a healthier lifestyle for the benefit of your child, right? Excuse me, dry throat. Also, Happy New Year and hope the fam is good. Life is good. I am a blessed man. I get to hang out with you guys every day. I have a beautiful family at home. Every single day I get to wake up and do what I love. ZB says, I'm going to need to make that champion chili. The champion chili with that certified Piedmontese, grass-fed, grass-finished beef. Tastes like nothing I could explain. Even when you go to the supermarket and you buy the healthier beef, the grass-fed beef, it's grass-fed, but it's typically corn finished. It's wheat finished. It's not grass-fed, grass-finished. And it's certainly not of the quality of the Piedmontese cow. Now, the Piedmontese cow are a very special type of cow. They are the bodybuilders of the cow species. I don't know what the species of cow is, right? But they are the bodybuilders of the cows. They are yoked and they are huge and they are massive and they are muscular. And the meat that they give is freaking incredible, especially when you understand the quality of humans behind the certified Piedmontese brand. Now, I have been solicited by Blue Apron and Trifecta and all the great meal prep and meal delivery and quality food companies out there. That's awesome. That's nice. And I've never actually endorsed them because there was always something that wasn't aligned with our ethics, our core culture over here. We're very aligned with the certified Piedmontese team from a quality control standard, from the humans, from the customer service team, from the delivery of the product. Like I say, this is the only commercial beef I trust to feed my family. That is certified Piedmontese. You can click the link below to learn more, get that discount, all the fun stuff. Sean as Uncle Mike, when's the next video with Leo? Would love to hear you guys talk with Faraz Sahabi. If we can make that happen. You know what? Leo and I just got so damn busy over the holidays. We will definitely get back on and have another great conversation. I love Leo. I still sub to his channel, right? I still watch his channel, and everybody should. But we'll get back on there. Isaac says, what fruit can you swap out for blueberries and strawberries on 3 weeks of shred? They are super expensive in Iceland. What do you have access to? Any berries works great. All berries works great. Even raisins. Like if you only have access to raisins, and I understand geographically, budget-wise, things matter. Here in the United States, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, relatively inexpensive. It's about the cost of an apple, right? You can even get frozen here in the United States, which are typically flash frozen, which yield a very high percentage of the net nutrition. Well, I have flash frozen berries in my freezer right now that I get from, Costco or Target or Walmart or Kroger's or ShopRite, right? I get the organic ones. I pay a couple extra bucks for that. Bradley says, thank you for being so generous with your time, knowledge, and experience. A pleasure and an honor to come on here and speak with you amazing people. My friends, you are my family, guys and gals. Isaac, I love these fight predictions. Thank you. Me too. They're fun, right? Is it true that they only have to feed grass-fed to the cow once and call it grass-fed, and that is why grass finish is so important? Well, I don't know the exact protocol. I kind of lost. I used to remember that. That was years ago, but I forget at this point. But that's why grass finished is so important. Grass-fed, grass-finished. Grass-fed is a misnomer. It's like saying natural flavors. Natural flavors are not actually natural flavors when you look at the ingredient list of certain products. They can be synthetic chemicals under the guise of natural flavors. It just goes to show you the FDA is full of shit. But grass-fed, same thing. They can call it grass-fed or pasture-raised chickens. Pasture-raised chickens simply means they have like access to sunlight for a few moments throughout the day, and then they're back in their disgusting shit box, right? So this is why we look for farm fresh. We actually get our eggs from a farm that's about 20 or so minutes from here. We go, it's this awesome organic farm. They have this little juice shop. So we drive to go get our eggs special, and we'll go get these awesome eggs, once or twice a week out there. Similar concept. Major hours spent in my kitchen should see this moose meal. I'm vacuum sealing now while watching the video. Sheldon, bro, take a photo and tag me on Instagram, my man. I would absolutely love to see it. I would love to see it. All you guys, tag me on Instagram with all your Dolce diet inspired meals. Kind of do like the hashtag Dolce diet. So just so I'll check the hashtags and I'll see what's out there. But I appreciate you guys and gals. I got another video coming here in a little while today. Remember, 2 videos a day, every single day, Monday through Friday, 1 video Saturday, 1 video Sunday. We are doing our best to provide you with the most honest, actionable, and evidence-based content to dramatically improve our life. Adam Hart, my brother. What's up, Adam? Great to see you, man. Crushing it. Adam Hart, fitness professional, industry thought leader in the world of fitness, just crushing goals, crushing gains, helping people crush their own personal health and fitness goals. I love you, brother. Hope all is well, man. Sending you good vibes out there. I know you're doing great things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you guys. Remember, click the links below. Learn more about what we have. We got great products and services. We have an online personalized diet and exercise program at thedolcediet.com. We also have the one-on-one coaching program where you can work with me one-on-one for 30 days at a time if you want to. If you need some extra work, extra accountability, extra motivation, you have questions, you need tips, someone to help you troubleshoot. Literally, I can walk in your corner by your side and be accessible via text message, via audio message, via video message all day, every day. Check that out. Click the online coaching link at thedolcediet.com, but definitely check the discount codes below this video. Lots of great stuff. Love your work, my brother. I appreciate that. That means a lot, my man. Keep crushing it. Keep doing it. All right, guys and gals, I appreciate you all for being here. And until next time, boom.